Welcome back to week 4, and we're going to show you some of these projects. We got 3 projects. We got week 4A, or project 4A, B, and C, and there's a few things on here that you might need help with, so I figured I'll draw these projects up, and that way if you get stuck, I want you to try to do them yourself, but if you get stuck, you can go watch these videos and you can see how I actually manipulate the the drawing to be able to get the exact measurements correct. So this is just going to be a good tool for you. And I'm not going to do the first one, 4A, because I think you shouldn't have any problem with that one. But now 4B and 4C, one's a shift arm and one of them is this other, looks like an elliptical arc. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through this pretty fast, but you have the option of slowing it down and hitting pause and reversing, rewinding, and looking back at things. So I'm going to go through this pretty quick, but this is the way that I would draw these, and this again is just to help you as a tool if you get stuck. So I want to start out with the shift arm, and on this one I would start at 0, 0 with that radius of 0.75. So I'm going to start at 0, 0. Now these are all in inches, by the way. So come up here to circle, 0, 0, enter. Oh, I got to hit circle first. 0, 0, and that first arc is a radius of 0.75, so I'll knock that one in, enter. I hit space bar to do it again, and they have a radius of 0.38 on the inside, enter. I'm going to now do a copy. I hit copy up here in my modify. I want to copy all this, so it asks me to select the objects I want to copy. Right click, I catch the center point as my base point, and I want to use a direct line method and put this one straight above it at 1.25, enter. Now I want to tie all this together with my object snap on and with quadrants on. That means I want to catch the quadrants of both of these with lines. Catch that to that, space bar, that to that, space bar, that to that, space bar. Just that quick and that easy. Now let's clean this up a little bit. Trim. You'll notice in there it didn't get all that trimmed out. The reason it trimmed that is because there's nothing to be trimmed. You just have to delete or erase those out. That's done. That little slot is finished up. Now I'm going to come over, it looks like 5.5 and 2.75 up, and put a circle over here. Since this is 0, 0, it's coming off of it. It'd be easy just to use absolute coordinates, 5.5, comma, 2.75, enter, and then that's a radius or a diameter of 1.5. Space bar again, I'll hit the center of that. Looks like a diameter again of 0.75. Knock that one out. Now we're going to come off of this one 3.4 back. So hit line. This is how I do it, just straight back 3.4, enter, straight up at 1.25, enter. There's this end point would be my center point for the circle. So I go ahead and put that in there. And we do a radius of 0.56, and then space bar, hit that point, and then we got a diameter of 0.5. So we got all that in there, no big deal. So now, on this top, I have a radius of 6, but I have no idea where the center point is. So in that matter, you can use descriptive geometry and find it, and that's in my CAD 102 class, or you can use, in AutoCAD, you can do it automatically by using that tan radius we used earlier. This is about where it's going to tangent in on both of those. Got a radius of 6, enter, there it is. Now up here at the top you've got some radiuses, so I'm going to put those in too. You can use tan radius if you want. Catch this line to this line, 0.38. Or you can use another tool that's really handy, and it's called fillet. Alright, and I'll show you that one a little bit later. Let's just go ahead and use this tan radius again. So we got all that. Use trim, right click to enter, clean out what you don't need. So it's all starting to come together. Now the bottom of it's a little different. We've got 4.2. Again, we don't know where the center point of that is, so we'll have to use a tan radius. But we're tan to there's a circle that goes up underneath this, and it's a radius of 1, and you see it's coming off of this circle here at 1.25. But we have a y, but we don't have an x for a center point. So what I would do is I would find the bottom of that circle. So it's 1.25 down, plus 1 is the radius, so it'd be 2.25. Put a line across. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a tan radius. So I'm going to hit this and this with a radius of 1. With a radius of 1. Do now a tan radius from this to the top of this. It's going to blend in about right there at a 4.2 clip. And there you have it. Now it's just cleaning up all the lines. And right there, this one, and you should be able to clip all these out. All but that last one, because it's not crossing anything to clip, so we'll just have to erase it. So there that is. There's that drawing. Now let's get to the elliptical arc. This one is, I think, is 4C, project 4C. So to do this one, you have an elliptical arc. Now on an elliptical arc, it's like you're just taking a circle and stretching it from two sides. It kind of just bulges out. So the best way to do this is how I always do it. Use a rectangle command or use lines and draw a rectangle. I want to hit at to make this is 0, 0, because 0, 0 is originally back here. So I'm going to make this on my 0, 0 just for this drawing. You got 6.5 is the elliptical arc in X, and then Y it's 4.25. Now the major axis of this elliptical arc is 6.5 and the minor is a 4.25. So with that said, we've got everything set up. Now make sure we're going to go up here to elliptical arc and use this axis in. You want 3 points instead of 2 in the center point. I want 3 points. And just make sure you're either using your snaps up here or you're going to use your object snap, and just make sure that midpoint is turned on. And I'll show you why. This is my first point, this is my second point, this is my third point, just like that. Now, we got the elliptical arc in perfectly, got the right dimensions, and now I'm just going to find the center points of this thing, hit line, okay, we hit line, and I'm just going to find the center of this. I'm just going to put me a center line in here, just like this. And I'm going to go ahead and put these circles in here on both sides. So what I would do is I'd use line, and I would just manipulate. I'd come over, it looks like 0.75 to find the center point of this one. And I would go ahead and put my, looks like a diameter of 0.75 in. Space bar and do the next one, which is going to be a radius of 0.75. Alright, now line, I'd come over from this point here, come over 1.5. I'm just going to draw it in again and move it up. And that gives me a center point, and this one has a diameter of, looks like a 2.76. Enter that in. And just like we did earlier, we're going to put this polygon in. Come up here and change this to polygon. There's 6 sides to a polygon, so you can catch the center point there. And this one again is going from flat to flat, so it'd be circumference. And the radius of it is, diameter shows 1.5, so it'll be 0.75 for your radius. That goes in. And then over here, we're going to put a radius. You see that 3.62 right here's your center point. It comes up here to the top. Just use a center radius. This will be your center point. It looks like 3.62 will be your radius, and then let's blend it all in. And like I told you earlier, I want to show you another tool here. It's called fillet, and fillets are used. They're the inside curves, and most of the time they're used for strength on anything. So hit fillet and come down here. There are all kinds of different things. You could use tan radius on this too, but let's use fillet. And I'm going to hit radius on that. I want to type in 0.5. And you click the 2 and it automatically makes you that arc. It's really handy. Do it again. Hit radius. And this time it's going to be 0.25 for that smaller radius right here. And then just trim everything out. Right click to trim. We'll clean it all up. Looks good. And then just get rid of that line completely. Now I'm just going to get rid of some of these center lines for the time being. Get rid of these lines that I used. And then I want to go in here. Oh, there's a little line there I need to trim out. Everything looks good and clean. And now all thing I want to do is I want to mirror this to the other side. To mirror it, I just grab this just like that. And then I'm going to do a mirror. And my center line for the mirror is right to there. And boom, there you got it. So those are two of the projects during week 4. And again, if you need any help with any of this, just please let me know.